Modern life constantly demands your attention. Opinions, criticism, praise, outrage, comparison, expectations, and noise surround you from every direction. Most people live mentally exposed, reacting to everything, absorbing stress that does not belong to them. Stoicism offers a radically different approach. It teaches you how to ignore what does not matter, so nothing can truly affect you. This is not apathy. It is strength. It is the Stoic mindset that makes you untouchable. To ignore everything, in the Stoic sense, does not mean to disconnect from reality or stop caring about life. It means learning what deserves your attention and what does not. The Stoics understood that attention is power. Whatever you constantly focus on begins to control you. If you give your attention to chaos, chaos rules your mind. If you give it to reason, discipline, and values, you become internally free. At the core of Stoicism is a simple truth taught by Epictetus. Some things are up to you, and some things are not. Your thoughts, judgments, values, and actions belong to you. Other people's opinions, insults, praise, reactions, and expectations do not. When you learn to ignore what lies outside your control, emotional disturbance loses its grip. Most people are affected not by events, but by interpretations. A comment becomes an insult only when you accept it as one. A setback becomes failure only when you label it that way. Stoicism trains the mind to question automatic judgments. When you stop personalizing everything, you become mentally untouchable. Ignoring everything also means ignoring unnecessary opinions. The Stoics warned against living for approval. When your self-worth depends on validation, you become fragile. Praise makes you dependent. Criticism destroys your peace. Stoicism teaches you to anchor your confidence in character, not applause. When your values are clear, opinions lose their power over you. One of the most powerful Stoic skills is emotional distance. This does not mean emotional suppression. It means perspective. The Stoic mind steps back before reacting. It asks, "Is this worth my energy? And will this matter in the long run?" Most things fail this test. When you learn to ignore what is trivial, your mind becomes lighter and clearer. Modern society rewards outrage and emotional excess. Stoicism rejects this culture entirely. It teaches restraint. Not because emotions are bad, but because uncontrolled emotions weaken judgment. Anger clouds reason. Fear exaggerates threats. Anxiety multiplies imagined problems. The Stoic mindset observes emotions without surrendering to them. This is how inner calm is preserved. To be untouchable, you must ignore the need to control outcomes. The Stoics understood that attachment to results creates suffering. You can act with excellence, but you cannot guarantee success. When you focus on effort instead of outcome, disappointment loses its power. You become resilient, not because you always win, but because you are never destroyed by loss. Another essential Stoic practice is ignoring comparison. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to poison the mind. It creates envy, insecurity, and resentment. Stoicism teaches that the only meaningful comparison is between who you were yesterday and who you are today. When you stop measuring yourself against others, peace becomes natural. Ignoring everything also means ignoring comfort when it weakens you. Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort to strengthen the mind. Comfort can make you fragile if it becomes a necessity. By choosing challenge, discipline, and restraint, you prove to yourself that you can endure. This builds confidence that no external hardship can take away. The Stoic mindset also ignores unnecessary worry about the future. Anxiety is often rooted in imagined scenarios. The Stoics believed in preparing wisely, but not suffering in advance. When you focus on the present moment and the next right action, the future loses its ability to terrify you. Ignoring everything requires acceptance of reality. Resistance creates suffering. Acceptance creates clarity. Stoic acceptance does not mean liking what happens. It means recognizing what is real and responding intelligently. When you stop fighting reality, your energy returns to you. This makes you mentally stronger and emotionally stable. One of the hardest things to ignore is insult. The Stoics taught that insults only hurt when they align with your own beliefs. If someone calls you something false, it has no power. If it is true, it is an opportunity to improve. Either way, offense is optional. This realization alone can make you nearly untouchable. Stoicism also teaches you to ignore the illusion of permanence. Everything changes. Praise fades. Criticism passes. Success ends. Failure dissolves. When you understand impermanence, emotional extremes soften. You stop clinging and stop panicking. The mind becomes balanced. Another powerful Stoic idea is ignoring the ego. Ego demands recognition, superiority, and constant validation. Stoicism encourages humility and self-awareness. When the ego is quiet, the mind is stable. You act from principle, not pride. This gives you quiet confidence instead of fragile arrogance. To ignore everything is to live intentionally. It means choosing what enters your mind. News, social media, drama, and negativity do not deserve unlimited access to your attention. Stoicism teaches selective focus. When your attention is disciplined, your emotions follow. The Stoic mindset also ignores excuses. It emphasizes responsibility. You may not control circumstances, but you control how you respond. This eliminates the victim mentality and restores personal power. Responsibility makes you strong because it gives you agency. Being untouchable does not mean being isolated. Stoics valued community, justice, and kindness. But they engaged without emotional dependency. They helped others without sacrificing inner stability. This balance is rare and powerful. Ignoring everything also means ignoring fear of judgment. Most people live constrained by imagined opinions. Stoicism teaches that other people's thoughts are beyond your control and therefore irrelevant to your peace. When fear of judgment disappears, authenticity emerges. The Stoic mindset is not built overnight. It is forged through daily practice. Reflection, self-discipline, and awareness slowly reshape the mind. Over time, fewer things disturb you. Triggers lose intensity. Calm becomes your default state. To ignore everything is not to become numb. It is to become selective. It is to protect your mind from what weakens it and feed it with what strengthens it. This is why Stoicism remains relevant in every era of chaos. In a world desperate for attention, the Stoic learns to withdraw it. In a culture addicted to reaction, the Stoic chooses response. In a fragile society, the Stoic builds inner armor. You may still feel emotions. You may still face hardship. But nothing will fully control you. Nothing will own your peace. You will move through life grounded, disciplined, and calm. That is the Stoic mindset. Ignore everything that does not matter, and you become untouchable.